Hey there, it's another beautiful day. Today, we're going to talk about Nikola Tesla. Let's watch some stuff.
5 facts about Nikola Tesla that you've never heard before. Number 1, Tesla suffered from OCD. He was obsessed with the number 3, and he insisted that every time he ate, there would be exactly 18 napkins on the table. Number 2, Tesla became a vegetarian. He only consumed bread, milk, honey, and vegetable juice. Number 3, Tesla had a weird exercise routine. Every day he would walk 8 miles and count every step. And every single night before he slept, he would curl his toes 100 times because he thought it increased his brain power. Number 4, Tesla never had a girlfriend, but he did fall in love with a white female pigeon. Tesla claims that one night this pigeon came to his window with light beams coming out of its eyes. He said it was a sign that his life's work was over. Number 5, Tesla was hit by a car, but he refused to see a doctor. He put a do not disturb sign on his hotel door. 2 days later, the hotel maids found his body.
Those are definitely some things that I have never heard of about Nikola Tesla. I'm not 100% certain about the one about being hit by a car. I think he had heart failure. I'm almost pretty certain that he had heart failure. I'm going to look it up. Yeah. Heart failure on January 7th, 1943. But sad. Hey, thanks so much for stopping by today. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments below and I'll do my best to get it in an upcoming video. If you're having a good time, won't you hit that like button for me? It'll really help out my channel. And if this is your kind of content, why don't you hit that subscribe button and then come on back tomorrow? Because I'm making a new video every day.
Electric power is everywhere present in unlimited quantities and can drive the world's machinery without the need of coal, oil, gas, or any other fuels. This new power for the driving of the world's machinery will be derived from the energy which operates the universe, the cosmic energy.
It really is a damn shame that this stuff never got, exposed to the world the way that it should have. I know in my heart of hearts that there was this kind of wireless power before. With previous advanced civilizations, or even during this civilization's time at the beginning, and it's been wiped out because it's not profitable. And I say it a lot, and it's so true. It's not profitable, but it's really good to know that there are a lot of people that are experimenting with this, and they're actually using it. And it's getting, it's gaining some traction. I don't know how much traction it will actually gain because there are too many, deep pockets that need to stay deep.
So yes, there is this document about Tesla being from Venus on the FBI website. But even more interesting than that, I read some of this document. Check this out. The woman, Margaret Storm, who was writing his biography, said this in the document. She said she received a message from Mars saying that we have to begin to pay off our karmic debts in the form of disease, which cannot be abated unless we discontinue the nuclear experiments. But then she says that space people, aka aliens, placed 4 different space station orbits around Earth, and that if you meditated in a certain way, you could take in the frequencies and the energy as healing rays. And this is what it quotes: "The Martians have clearly indicated that they are just about fed up with our depravity on this planet. Apparently, even space people can become impatient." She claims that a UFO was going to be in the sky in 1957, July 1st. I looked into it. That year, there was actually a UFO surge. There wasn't on July 1st, but June 30th.
I know we took just a little tiny tangent to talk about the woman who claimed that Nikola Tesla was from Venus. And I'm not going to discredit this woman.
This is the reason why the genius scientist Nikola Tesla was so obsessed with the number 369. He once said, "If you understand the wonder of the number 369, you will decipher the universe." To comprehend this, we need to acknowledge that humans did not invent mathematics. Rather, we discovered it as the governing law of the cosmos. It is the language of the universe. Below are the discoveries Tesla made. If you take 1 and double it, it becomes 2. 2 doubled is 4. 4 doubled is 8. 8 doubled is 16. The sum of 16 is 7. Double 7 is 14. The sum of 14 is 5. Double 5 is 10, and the sum of 10 is 1. And this pattern repeats infinitely without the occurrence of the number 369. Interestingly, when you double 3, it becomes 6, and when you double 6, it becomes 12. The sum of 12 is 3. These two numbers complement each other, with the number 9 being the highest independent entity. If 3 and 6 are considered negative and positive, then 9 is the superior entity governing the entire universe. Tesla stated that these three numbers exist in a higher dimensional space, dominating the three-dimensional world we inhabit.
The AI voice said 369. I believe it's supposed to be 369. I did see some some places that said it should have been 3, 6, 9, and 12, but why the 12 was dropped, I don't know. But that is a fascinating, little mathematic test right there. Also, I've heard that 4 is like some kind of magic number, because once you get it down to a single number after you've done all the things, right? And then you spell the number. And say it's 7, S-E-V-E-N. That's 5, F-I-V-E. It's 4. 4 is 4. And it's always 4. And I don't know how that works in anywhere. I just, for some reason, decided, hey, I'm going to throw in something else that I know, but it's stupid. Another thing about the 3, 6, and 9 is you're supposed to manifest with those numbers, because they're like magical numbers, right? So you just have a little mantra for your day, for your whatever you want to be manifesting. I am a successful businesswoman. And you say it to yourself 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times in the evening. And it's supposed to help you, manifest these things. It's the power of positive thinking, I'm sure.
Instead of consuming coffee or tea, Tesla favored a unique concoction known as Tesla's Electric Elixir. This energizing drink was a mixture of milk, honey, and the juices of several fruits. Tesla believed that this elixir provided him with an electrifying boost of energy.
Aside from the bread, that's all the things that the first video said. So I guess, that's an interesting little concoction, though.
A satellite not of human origin has been orbiting Earth and observing humanity for 13,000 years. I am Nikola Tesla. One night in 1899, while conducting experiments with atmospheric electricity and radio waves at my tower in Colorado Springs, I suddenly received a signal. Initially, I thought it originated from the atmosphere, but upon further investigation, I became convinced the signal was from space. This discovery led me to firmly believe in the existence of extraterrestrials, and in 1900 I announced my finding, feeling as though I was uncovering a grand truth. However, people at the time thought I was a bit mad. While the scientific community acknowledged my genius, they also considered me somewhat insane and did not take my discovery seriously. Then, on May 14th, 1954, it was claimed that the U.S. Air Force had discovered 1 or 2 unnatural satellites orbiting Earth, transmitting radio signals. This brought new attention to my discovery. By February 11, 1960, the New York Times acknowledged the existence of this satellite, naming it the Black Knight satellite. This sparked a global frenzy of tracking and observing the Black Knight satellite. Whether this satellite is indeed sent by extraterrestrials might soon be unveiled.
So I hate when I look stuff up, because I had this wonderful story built on all of these fun theories about this object, right? This wonderful satellite out in space that's been watching us for who knows how long. And Tesla discovered it over 120 years ago. And then I went and looked it up. God, I'm an idiot. So apparently this story came out in 2017, and it's very Orson Welles' War of the Worlds-ish, right? This story came out and people just latched onto it there's this thing out there. And then there's NASA saying it's just a frickin' space blanket, and that's not fun.
This is Nikola Tesla's greatest invention that never happened. Nikola Tesla is one of the greatest inventors of all time, responsible for things like the radio and AC, but his ambition was actually to bring wireless energy to the entire globe. He was working on something called the Wardenclyffe Tower, and it looked kind of like a giant mushroom. Coincidence? I don't think so. Tesla believed that there was enough energy wirelessly within the Earth that could actually spread throughout the globe with the right technology. So Tesla did what any great man does. You go to someone with money to finance the idea. He went to J.P. Morgan and got $150,000, which was a lot at the time, to fund the project. At first, JP Morgan was apparently interested in the wireless communication aspect of it, but eventually Tesla wanted to bring this all around the globe and provide free energy to everyone. JP Morgan stopped funding the project. Many speculate he had competing interests in the energy world, and ultimately the project was shut down. Do you think it could have been possible to bring energy to the entire world?
Every single time, unequivocally, yes, absolutely, 100% believe that it is possible, and I know exactly why we don't. And y'all know exactly why we don't as well.
This is where Nikola Tesla lived the final 10 years of his life until his death in 1943, the New Yorker Hotel. He stayed in room 3327, which you can still book to this day. This is one of the few hotels that had its own generators in the basement. Maybe that's why he chose this location on purpose. However, on January 7th, 1943, Nikola Tesla was found by natural causes in his room. He was around 86 years old, and apparently he kept working until his very last breath. But things get even weirder because shortly after his body was discovered, the United States Office of Alien Property came and seized all of his documents pertaining to his work. The confiscated documents were handed over to the FBI, where they hired an electrical engineer from MIT by the name of John G. Trump. Yep, the uncle of the current US president. He publicly determined that there was no scientific value to those documents. But who knows what those documents really hide?
We've talked about how the Office of Alien Property came and just picked up all of his stuff. There was like multiple trunks of his things, all of his life's work in that little room. It wasn't a little room, but it was in that room. And that's insane because it was the Office of Alien Property, right? Because they want to hide whatever he's got going on. Apparently he was talking to aliens, plus he's from Venus. Nikola Tesla's got all kinds of cool stuff going on. But notice how they said it was natural causes that caused him to be no longer with us. Yeah, I caught that too. And I also realized how old that video may have been because, Trump isn't the president right now as we speak. Maybe it's also a little early as well. I don't know.
Nikola Tesla's papers that were seized by the FBI included elaborate details and blueprints of anti-gravity flying time machines, which resembled the German Bell UFOs from Maria Orsich's grill. And 2 days after Nikola Tesla passed, 4 officials from the Office of Alien Property went to his room and confiscated everything. Donald Trump's uncle was the main official in that move, meaning the Trump family now had direct access to time travel technology and used it to come to power and avoid the attempt on his life.
I didn't know it was going to go into that. I thought it was just going to talk about like aliens. I didn't watch it all. I didn't know that it was going to end with that. And there you have it. He had all kinds of fun technology. And it's probably the stuff that we're releasing a little bit at a time, like when cell phones came out, right? Maybe this is some Nikola Tesla stuff and it's not actually alien technology. I know. I don't like saying that either. I like that it's alien. Maybe it is alien technology because Nikola Tesla was an alien, right? On that note, I'm going to call it for today. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Come on back tomorrow. We're going to watch some new stuff. I'll say different things, and it's going to be fantastic. Until then, have a wonderful day.